Elijah, thank you so much for giving me a call. First off, congratulations on the new EP. The music sounds amazing. You guys have both done a great job. And I want to talk so much about the music, the videos, everything you guys have done, because I understand this is all done during this tough time with COVID-19. So before we get into the music and the history behind you guys, got to ask you straight up, personally, how are you and the both of you holding up throughout this tough time that we're all dealing with?
Surprisingly, we handled it pretty well. We actually, me, Ian, and our manager Josh actually shacked up together for quarantine, and we all just kind of lived together. And then, of course, that's how the band started. But we've just been taking it as it comes. I feel like that's the only way to really do it. We can't change anything about how life is, so we're just gonna make the best out of it, and be as productive as we can.
Absolutely. And this is in Chicago, correct?
The Chicago area, yeah, we're in the suburbs.
How is Chicago doing during this time?
Right now, Chicago's not all too bad, actually. I don't really know the statistics off the top of my head, but I know that we're actually not doing all too bad. That's
good to hear. That's really, really great to hear. So from the folks in Toronto to you folks down in Chicago, congrats. We're glad to hear things are going much better, too. But I love how you just kind of threw out there, too, about how you guys got together because of all this. So let's get into this and how this duo, and I'd love to find out about how you guys came up with the name of the group, too. How did this all start for you guys?
So I remember once, I think it was during winter break, Ian showed me this one demo that he had written that actually doesn't show up on Shelf Life, but he had started writing music, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then quarantine happened, and then he moved in, and as time went by, we got kind of tired of just sitting around all day, and he was like, hey man, I got some demos that maybe we could look into and just see if we could develop or turn them into something. We didn't know that it would become something so serious, but I don't know, we started looking at these demos and it all just kind of took off. And my dad heard them and was like, hey, these could be something serious if you guys really put everything into it. And then we were like, all right, well, let's see what we could do then. Let's not put any walls of expectation on this, and let's just see if we can create something,
Okay, well, let's take even a step back, and how did you two meet?
I moved to St. Charles about 4 years ago, and we were actually both in marching band, and I met him at the first football game, I believe, right before our halftime show. He was just cracking jokes or something, and I just approached him and tried to make a new friend, and we became quick friends after that.
And musically, though, because when I can hear, it sounds sort of like a pop rock kind of thing. Am I correct on that?
Definitely, yeah. We like to embrace pop a lot. In Shelf Life, it's not quite as noticeable, but we're very pop oriented, but definitely keeping our rock roots. We use a lot of synthesizers in the songs and all that, so.
A little bit old school, a little bit of new school too, which I love. So here's the thing I want to get into. Now, Shelf Life, which I love the name of the EP too. But before I get to the EP name, how did you guys come up with the band name?
It's funny. I was on a long plane ride and I ran out of movies to watch. So I opened up the Notes app and was just looking around and I titled it Random Band Song Album Names, and I just was looking around just writing stuff down, and then I looked down and I was wearing a pair of shoes with pink shoelaces on them, and then I was like, oh, pink laces, that sounds nice. And then when Ian and I were looking through the Notes app, that's where we found Pink Laces, and he was like, hey, I kind of like that.
I love it.
It's funny, I would say the band was actually originally named Shark Week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, two great names. Oh my, you know what? You guys could go back and forth with that one. or even use
Yeah.
Shark Week as maybe as a name for another EP or something. But I love that. But here's the thing: I'm really interested. So now you've got this happening. You got the name. You got the everything's grooving and everything else. During quarantine, I've talked to a lot of other artists. It wasn't easy to record music. How did you guys do that?
Oh, I've just got a setup up in my room, and since Ian and I were living together, like he had all his guitars and pedals here, so we were just able to record like nonstop.
What would you say?
So it wasn't.
Sorry, can I jump in? What would you? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I was going to say, what would you say was what was the difficulties in recording this?
I wouldn't say there was all too much difficulties in recording. I like some of the songs we wrote together, and I think that's where it got a little bit tough. But even then, like, I don't know, the creative process for the EP was like really easy, because that was practically all we had. Just in order to be productive, like that's all we had. So we kind of just gave it 100%, and it was never really particularly difficult.
So let's jump into the name Shelf Life. Where did that name come from, and how does the EP represent you guys now as a duo together? I mean, we have talked about, everything came during this quarantine time, but the name Shelf Life and the music itself, what's that about for you guys?
So, the name Shelf Life also came from that Notes app page, and we kind of just liked it a lot. Ian was like, "Hey, that sounds really good," and I was like, "All right, cool, let's just go with that." And I don't know, I get the way it represents us. That's a good question. I believe like it represents a lot of what we were, because we've changed a lot, and we're already working on new music. But like, I think that it was a really good statement for what we were when we started, because like we're two younger guys, of course, like we're both 19 years old, but I truly believe that we were producing some really high quality stuff, like that people wouldn't have necessarily expected. So, it's got that darker tonality too. It's got that really, kind of aggressive tone to it, which I think, I don't know, that was just the kind of energy that we were bearing with it during quarantine. But I don't know, the way it represents us is definitely just a real testament to like who we were then, I'd say.
What's the lead? Is there a lead single? What's the lead single from the EP, and what's it about, sir?
Mr. Zero Gravity was the lead single. Yeah. That track's really fun. We always refer to it as like a big time like summer jam. It's just about like the things in life that make you feel like you can fly, like whatever that may be. It's a totally interpretive song.
You take away my gravity. No fear, zero gravity.
I think that's the kind of song we need right now, too, and that's the kind of music we need right now also. That's got a video with that, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lyric video that accompanies it.
Have you guys done a video for that yet?
No, we haven't. It's funny, I did originally consider like an animated video, but none of us really know how to animate, so, I mean, I'm never going to close the doors on an opportunity like that just because it could always be cool in the future.
Well, what does the future look? I'm going to jump in again. What does the future look like right now? Because with a lot of virtual performances that have been happening, are you guys going to be doing the same thing?
I'm not sure what the plan is. We're completely 1,000,000% open to doing any kind of virtual performance and live performance if it becomes possible. But I mean, the future is really looking like, Pink Laces is working on a lot of new stuff that we're probably going to release sooner than most would expect.
Well, our fingers are crossed because, like I said, we're going to definitely need something as the weather gets a little bit colder, and most likely a lot of people are going to be inside instead of outside. So we need those party jams or just keeping the good rhythms going. So definitely at least something to look forward to. And as we look forward to new music, where do we go social media to follow you guys?
You're going to want to go to Pink Laces Music on all social platforms and pinklacesmusic.com to find our website, where you'll find a lot of the video content and lyrics to the songs too, and our merch store.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for the interview. Say hello to Ian for me and tell him thank you so much. Like I said, great music. Look forward to seeing you guys, see what else you're going to be doing. And I hope you do that animation video. It'll be really cool to see, just getting the chance to talk about it and then seeing it actually happen. So looking forward to everything you guys are doing. Be safe, and thank you again for the interview.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Take care. Bye-bye.